Hey everyone, Tombo back in. Welcome to day 41 in the life of the Google Pixel 7a. Today I'm going to talk about a few things I love about the phone and hate about the phone. So the good, I really enjoy using the Google Pixel 7a camera. I make these vlog style videos every day, so I just use the main camera to record that on 4K. And in general, the color is pretty accurate, sharp and bright. The dynamic range is great and the detail is incredible. When I go on walks, I like to snap pictures of interesting sights and scene. In addition to that, I record short little video clips here and there whenever I see something that looks nice. Another thing I like about the Google Pixel 7a is just a really fast and smooth processor for the price range. If you can get under $500, because I used the Galaxy A54 in the past, and that phone is much lower compared to Google Pixel 7a. So those are the good. Now let's jump into the bad. Even though it has a very fast processor, it does lag or slow down, especially when I'm multitasking or using a lot of demanding apps, because the phone does get hot and it does not do well when you are in a hot condition. For example, if I'm getting in the car, it's 90 degrees outside and it's 100 degrees inside the car. In general, I like to use my phones as dash cam because it's quick, convenient for me. I store it on my car mount. And in one instance, my phone was at 100%. I put on a car mount, recorded a video for 2 minutes and 30 seconds while I was driving, and then the phone got super hot and the recording just stopped and the phone overall just shut down. Well, it did not shut down immediately. You can still see the camera, it's just nothing was recording. The phone then become unresponsive and I cannot even turn it off. No matter what I press, just the phone would not move at all, and it feels like it's burning hot. So I was driving to the UPS store, which is about 5 minutes away, to return some stuff. And once I got to UPS, I was afraid to even put the phone in my pocket because I feel like it might explode due to the fact that it is so hot, and I didn't want to lose a leg. So I decided to sacrifice my car seat instead and left my phone there. Went inside UPS, came back and hoped for the best. And at that point, my phone was still unresponsive, so I drove another 5 minutes home, and eventually the phone did cool down and turn back on once I pressed the power button. And then I got this message, basically telling me that the phone turned off due to heat, and now it is up and running normally. So more of the story, don't use the phone as a dash cam using the regular camera app, especially if the sun is beaming through the windshield, acting as a giant magnifying glass. But just in general, Pixel 7a does not do well under any kind of heat. So if you live in a hot weather area, just keep that in mind. I don't know, it's still kind of scary when you're thinking about it though, because I'm just sitting in a car recording a video clip and it just got so hot that it refreezes and I cannot even use it. So that is definitely really concerning. And in addition to that, I'm not very impressed with the battery life on this phone. I've never been able to get through a full day on a single charge, even with light usage. In the first initial days of getting this phone, I was able to achieve 10 to 12 hours. But now every time I wake up at 6:30 in the morning, it is telling me it only lasts me till 1 p.m. So that is 6.5 hours of battery life. I'm telling you guys, every day my battery is just getting worse and worse. There was one point where I was averaging 9 hours of battery life, and by day 41, I can only get 6.5 hours of battery. So let's quickly jump into day 41 with this phone. This is actually the second half of my day. My phone previously died after 4 hours of use from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. So now I'm back to 100%. And when my phone is charging, I always have to leave it alone, or else if I'm using it while it's charging, it would get hot, overheat even more, and never really reach 100%. But in this case, I started charging my phone at around 10:30 or so. By 11:43, we were at 43%. By 12:21, we're at 67%. So roughly 40 minutes later, and then I just left it alone for another hour or so. By 1:44, we are at 100% full charge, and I was ready to begin a new cycle at 100%. This was when I started bringing it for a drive, going to UPS and encountering all the heat issues. For dinner, we got some hot pot, just drove around, did some errands. Miraculously, somehow lasted until 11:40 p.m. at night. I mean, in general, when I'm driving, I have the cable plugged in charging. I have GPS on, music playing. So it did get some additional juice while I was driving around. But whenever I go to bed, I just use Google Assistant to set an alarm. Pretty straightforward, prepare for the next day. Overall, I've been pretty okay with the Google Pixel 7a. It is a great phone with a great camera, a terrible battery life, and a fast processor, but it does get hot. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Please check out day 40 if you haven't already. In that video, I talked about how I managed to kill my battery in the 4 hours.